What we're going to do in this video today is we're going to show you how to create a calendar entry in your Google application. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is I'm going to ask you to log into your Google Calendar, and the way you'll do that is bring up a web browser and type in calendar dot and then your domain name .com. I don't know what your domain name is, but go ahead and type that in there, and that's going to bring us into where we're going to enter our username. I'm going to log in as myself. You'll want to do the same thing on your window as well, and then I'll click on the sign in button. Okay, so now what you'll see is I'm brought to my calendar here within Google. Now, one of the nice features to this is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Friday, July 18th, because I'm going to go ahead and schedule a lunch meeting for that date. So again, Google has done a great job now of making their application run just the way Windows would have normally run or Mac would have run if you're using a desktop application. So I can actually now drag my dates down here. So I'm going to click on 12 noon and I'm going to drag it down till 1 o'clock. Now it brings up a quick appointment entry. So I'm going to go ahead and put in lunch meeting with investment banker. But let's say that I wanted to add some more details to this, like some pop-up reminders, so that it reminds me prior to the meeting. So I just don't forget about it, and in case I happen to be working, it'll pop up and remind me. So I'll click on Edit Event Details, and it brings me to my details screen. Now, again, it already brought over what the meeting's about. And now the neat thing again here about Google is that if I click on the various selections here under When, you're going to find it brings up like a calendar. It'll bring up and automatically bring up a time slot. Now I can customize this. If I wanted to make this for actually 12:10, I could certainly do that. But it does bring up some easy to remember time slots. And then underneath, when you see here too, and it brings up a duration, so I can quickly choose durations. Again, I could put in 1:05 p.m. if I wanted, or I could just say, let me block out an hour and 5 minutes for this. Okay. Now I'm not going to have to worry about repeating. This appointment's not going to happen over and over. And where is this going to happen? Let's just say that it's at the Brio Tavern. Okay. Now down here you'll see we have the option to be able to add reminders. And the neat thing about Google is it allows us to add multiple reminders. We can get reminders either via pop-up, like a typical pop-up window that would happen in Outlook, or we could have an email sent to us. But I'm going to go ahead and choose 2 pop-ups. And I'm going to have one of the pop-ups remind me 1 hour prior to the meeting, and another one remind me just 10 minutes prior to the meeting. That way I know an hour before that it's getting close, and 10 minutes is my drop dead time. I got to walk out the door to make sure I get there on time. I'm going to ask it to leave this as show me as busy. That way, in case anybody else has access to my calendar, they can't book something over the time slot that I already have here. Then also my privacy control, I can make this private, so it'll show up busy, but somebody won't be able to read what I'm actually doing there during that time slot. That's just in case you want to make sure that everything stays private and people can't read what's going on with your appointments, or you can leave it as public. The default setting, that's something that you control at in your control panel, but we're going to go ahead and just leave it as default for right now. Let me click on this Save button and show you what happens. And here you have it. It put in my lunch meeting with my investment banker. Now if I click on this, you're going to see it'll pop up a little bubble here that's going to show me a quick overview. It gives me what my subject is, tells me the date and time of this, and where it's at. Now I can go in here and double click on the meeting, and it'll bring me to a fuller view, and this will actually show me my description details. It's going to allow me to see what my different reminders are here. So this gives me options to be able to make changes to this appointment if I need to. So there you have it. It's a very simple tool and easy solution for you to be able to keep track of all of your appointments right on one simple calendar, and you can do it now, and it's very robust capability that Google's offering, and I'm glad you're able to share this time with me today.